Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to be building a slightly strange, dreamlike house. I don't think it's going to be necessarily aesthetically pleasing. I mean, I have a few ideas for what I want it to look like, but I think we're going to have to trust the process a little bit. The idea that I have for the house is kind of like when you have a dream about a house that you know in real life. It could even be your own house, but when you experience it in the dream, it's not the same, and maybe you go through one door and it doesn't lead to where you think it's going to lead to. So there's something not quite real about the house, even though it is familiar. What I'm imagining is this front bit of the house where these two doors are is going to be the main kind of living area of the house. And then once you go out of this area, it's a little bit more random the way things are. Not actually random, just like a bit unconventional, maybe a bit peculiar. I think this room is going to be a large 2-story bathroom, kind of like a public bathroom, but maybe we could have a few spa objects in there. Then this little zigzag passageway takes you to the first bedroom, which is here. This will be a bedroom. This will be like a private bathroom. And then I think we're going to have a few more closed off, difficult to reach areas. I want this area to be a kind of outdoor garden that guests cannot easily reach. So it's a bit more private. I'd like to have this upstairs hallway, almost like a place where you have to choose a door in order to proceed. Almost like you're in some kind of video game, or there's some kind of mystery to solve and you don't know which entry is going to be the one you want. And then 4 of these doors are going to kind of just be rooms on their own that don't lead anywhere. And then one of the rooms, I guess this one, is going to lead through to the rest of the house. Well, I've started decorating the downstairs living area a little bit. This is what you're greeted with when you come in the house. It's the entry hall and the living room. It's very TV themed. There's something slightly unsettling about it, but that's kind of the whole idea of this house. It's not supposed to feel comfortable. It's supposed to feel a little bit strange. Then you pass through the double doors, and then this is the dining room. We've got 4 egg chairs kind of closed off from each other, so everybody's got their own separate table. And we've got 2 cameras filming the dining experience. And then there's a little window here into the kitchen. More double doors. I think there's something slightly absurd about having a mirror above the kitchen sink, but you would have a mirror above the bathroom sink, so why not just have that in the kitchen instead? I think if you were experiencing this in a dream, you'd probably be asking, why is this here, or why is this that way, because it doesn't really make sense, but also that's just how it is. So the process of trying to make sense of it is kind of the journey. It's like looking at a picture in an art gallery and you're like, what do all these things mean? What do all these different parts of the painting mean? And you have to kind of reflect to make sense of it. I'm not sure what to do with this outside area here. We could have some kind of seating area or maybe a barbecue. I've added a staircase in this part of the garden over here, which leads up to a little balcony, and it's going to give you another way to move between floors, but also kind of surprise a sim maybe in where they think they're going. This room here with all the mirrors is one of the options for our 5 doors along a corridor. And then I'm not quite sure what we're doing with this room. I was thinking it's going to be some kind of spa room, but I don't quite have the vision yet. The upstairs hallway is kind of mimicking the outside, but I don't know if we want this room to do the same. Okay, I've decided to have this upstairs room as more of a public bathroom, but with a few strange dreamlike elements. We've got 2 urinals with a little love seat in between. And then right in front of this urinal, we have a steam bath and also just some cubicles. So you can just use the toilet in here for a little bit of privacy if you want. Now I want to work on these rooms here, because this is going to be the room that leads through to this corridor, and I've put a few random clutter objects almost to make the room feel like there's no real reason for you to go in there. Like you've opened a cupboard by mistake, you see there's nothing in there and then you just close the door again, but actually it is the way through. Then these 2 rooms in the middle are going to have actual uses, so this is going to be a very small study. I think we might delete this second desk and just put a bookcase in there. Oh, and of course, this room on the end is just like a nasty surprise. So if you open this door, you're going to be frightened by a scary clown sculpture. I think this empty room could just have a few more random objects in it. Maybe a crystal ball. And a drinking cabinet. And maybe there's just a couple of random chairs in here that don't make very much sense. Like they've just been thrown in here. We've also got a bit of space in this balcony area here. So I don't know what we could have there. Actually, it's kind of strange because the game thinks that the downstairs area is outside, which it technically is. But then this hallway, obviously it's inside. You can see it's dark at the moment because I haven't put any windows in. Maybe we could have something a bit weird like a line of chairs along here. So you can just sit and watch either people below in the garden area, or you can just stare through the zigzag passageway and see what you can see on the other side. Because there's all of these windows here, but this room is still very dark, I don't know if we should add windows along this wall. I don't know, it's like mixing up what is inside and what is outside, which I quite like. It's a bit confusing. Maybe just one window here in the middle of this wall. Or actually we could just put loads of lights along the wall. Then it might feel a bit more like kind of a creepy passageway. I don't know if it's supposed to feel creepy though. It's just kind of this area of the house that takes you into the next area. It doesn't really have a major function as a room. As long as it looks not too typical and a little bit disturbing, I think that's what we want, like that's what we're going for. I want this room at the back of the house to be like a child's bedroom. I think it's big enough. We could have a couple of kids' beds in here. So we're still aiming for functionality and a livable space. I think we should fill the room with toys, but we're still going to find a way to make the room a bit unsettling. Maybe some large windows across this wall and 3 animal rugs, 1 for each child. Let's put a head in a jar next to one of the beds as well, because that's a bit strange, isn't it? If we use this outdoor brick wall covering for the bedroom and this green carpety rug, it kind of makes it feel like the room is outside. Not really, but it like inverts something about what your expectations of what a bedroom would be, because why would your bedroom be outside? And why would there be animal rugs all over the floor? It's like something's gotten warped. Then if you go down this second teleporter, it gives you access to this little secret room, which leads out into this part of the garden. It's not really secret anymore because the other way to access it is this staircase. Maybe we make this small room a little bit outsidey as well, even though it's inside. Maybe a few plants like you might have on your deck or on your patio. I think we could then make the actual outside look more inside. Maybe we could put some indoor carpet outside. In this little back room at the corner of the house, I've put a few outdoor toilets, and I think we could put a few sinks as well. And let's put another big plate glass window here instead of a mirror. So when you're washing your hands, you're just staring out into nothingness. Okay, I've also done a little bit of landscaping at the front of the house, if you can call it landscaping. We've got a fountain here and some slightly obscurely placed poppies. They're kind of evenly distributed, but there's something a little bit weird about it. Then we have a swimming pool here with a few seats by the side of the pool so you can watch the swimmers. I think I'm going to do something with this downstairs bedroom. It's not a particularly big room, but I think it'll be big enough for a main adult bedroom. We've also got an ensuite here. So this is going to be a properly private bathroom, unlike the public bathroom at the other side of the house. I decided to put a little electric guitar performing area in this mini courtyard. Actually, it's a bit difficult to see with the walls up, but if you put the walls down, you can come in here and practice and sit and watch, or maybe just Sims who want to stand and dance while somebody's playing. This is a good spot to do that. The passageway between the 2 different parts of the house is empty, except we've got a nice bucket of swords in case you find yourself being chased in your dream and you need to protect yourself. We've also got a love tub in this little outdoor section. It's kind of an indoors, outdoors space. It's kind of both, but kind of neither at the same time. I think my favorite room is the downstairs bathroom, the downstairs public bathroom. I don't think I'd actually like to take a shower in there, but if you're stuck in a dream, then you wouldn't really have a choice. You just have to wait till you wake up. I don't know what kind of sim would actually want to live here. Maybe someone who is just bored of a typical suburban life and they wanted every day to be a different visual experience. Maybe an artist or some kind of creative genius type sim. Anyway, I think this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the journey through this slightly unconventional, creepy house. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.